Hello everyone, this is Aceaight here, and welcome back to part 3 of how to create your own custom Minecraft Lucky Blocks. In today's episode, we're going to go into the drops file. We're going to go and make some custom drops from our Lucky Blocks, because that's what it's all about. As usual, I'm going to put timestamps in the description if you want to know a certain part of the video, but this video is going to be very short. We're going to go over the basics of how to add items and blocks into your Lucky Block. So what you want to do is you want to go into drops, and if there's text in here, you want to delete it. Just get rid of it, get rid of everything, you just want to delete it. So I'm going to teach you the basic first thing you want to know about the drops in your Lucky Block. The first thing you want to know is that there is a certain format you want to keep track of. For example, the first thing you want to type is type equals, and then you want to do the type of drop you want to give it. So for now, we're just going to focus on items and blocks. So I'm going to say the type is item, right? And then ID will be, let's say we'll drop one diamond. Minecraft diamond, right? And then all you have to do is add luck equals something you want to do. So one diamond, it's pretty lucky. I'm going to give it a 1. So this is a basic drop. This will drop one item, which is a diamond, or a Minecraft diamond, which is just a diamond, on the ground when you break it. This is just one of the odds, one of the chances that you can get when you break the Lucky Block. Now, also, I would recommend keeping track of everything, so this is a 1 diamond. Putting this / means that this won't be considered as code whenever you have a / in there, whereas this is a line of code where the block will read, okay, I want to drop one item with the ID diamond block, or a diamond, just normal diamonds. So, and you might want to give this a bigger category, which is what I like to do. Do like this, and then make it like items, right? And just do something like this, so you can keep track of what you're making. So right here, I'm going to make it blocks right there. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just for your own read back ability, so you know how it'll work when you are looking back at what you've done, right? So let's make one that is 1 gold block, right? So let's say type equals a block, and ID equals Minecraft gold block, right? That is what you want, and the luck is pretty good. I would say you're getting a pretty good deal out of that, so I'm going to give it luck +1. So what the luck value does right now is it'll increase the chances of this drop whenever your block is super lucky. You know, you can increase the Lucky Block luckiness by crafting it with more diamonds or more gold or stuff like that. And you can make it more unlucky by crafting it with rotten flesh and spider eyes and stuff like that. And if you give it a high luck factor, that means that these drops are more likely to drop with very lucky blocks. And if you put it at -1, that drop is more likely to drop with unlucky blocks. However, I would not recommend putting the luck value above 3, because if you have a luck +100 luck Lucky Block, and you have a luck value in here that is luck 100, this one will be picked almost guaranteed with a luck value that is really high. So that kind of destroys the point of a Lucky Block. So I would definitely categorize them within -3 to 3. There should be something in between. You should name them somewhere in between. So I'd say 1 gold block is kind of lucky. It's luck 1. Okay, that is pretty nice. Now, let's say I want to give someone something different. Let's say I want to give someone a... Well, what should we give him? We're going to give him arrows. Arrows. Minecraft arrow, right? So what you want to do now, because you're not going to use 1 arrow. 1 arrow isn't really a lot. So what I like to do is I want to add the amount and that equals, let's say, 32. So someone gets 32 arrows, and that's pretty lucky, so I'm going to say luck is 1. So you see that if you add this little thing right here, the amount will be 32. If you don't put this little thing with the amount in there, it'll standard. The standard drop amount is 1, of course, so you don't have to put this here. But you can also do this, amount equals 1. You can do this too if you want to, but it's you're kind of missing the point if that's what you're doing. So also another thing you can do, if you don't specify the type, the standard type will be an item. So if you do this will do the exact same as this. This is the exact same thing. You don't need to change it. So another thing I forgot to mention is that this block, the type block, actually places down the gold block, right? So if you type this drop will now place down the gold block at the exact position where the lucky block was broken from. But what I can do is type equals item ID equals Minecraft gold block, right? And then add luck equals 1, right? So the difference between this one, which is a block, and this one, which is the item, is that this one will drop the gold block on the ground as an item you can pick up, right? And this one will just leave a gold block on the ground. You still have to mine it, so you're gonna need a pickaxe, for example, to mine it. So yeah, that's the difference between these two. So there's one more specific type I want to show you guys, and that is the explosion type. Explosion, right? And you might be thinking, whoa, explosion type? Well, how is that a type? Well, believe me, it is. It's explosion, right? Let's actually name that real quick and make it explosion. Let's say it's small, right? And the explosion type is the easiest one of them all, because you don't have an ID, because the explosion is already like a thing. Whenever you type it in, it just does things. So what you can do is add radius equals, well, the normal radius of an explosion is like 4 or 5. So let's make it big. Let's say it's a radius of 10, right? That's a big explosion. You don't want to mess with that. And then the luck factor will be -2, because that's basically instant death. And I made this small. Let's say this is the big one. And then let's make a small one as well. Why don't we? Explosion small. And let's make the radius, let's say 2. That's a pretty small explosion. And the luck is not as bad. It's still not great. See, so you now have the explosion, big or small, and you have the block. So let's kind of, and the item. So let's kind of test this out. Let's start up Minecraft. And let's test this so we can see if it actually worked. Also, important, I forgot to mention this. Before you start Minecraft, you need to save this first before you start Minecraft, otherwise this won't work. Cool. Now we are in the world. Let's open it up. Oh, there we go. Cool. Alright, so now let's test it out and see if our drops are in there. So what we can do is actually grab a hold of this little thingy right here and do that. Yeah, put Minecraft like right there. So now we can actually test out. We can see we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of drops from the lucky block. So let's see which ones we're gonna get. Let's make this a little bit bigger because we don't need the full extension of that. Okay, so let's open this up. So this one is the dropping the gold block. You see that? It drops the item of a gold block on the ground. So that's pretty cool. So now actually, let's use a normal lucky block and let's do this one. So this is the 32 arrows. Let's see if we can actually clear this out a little bit. Right, that's 32 arrows just dropping straight underground. And then you have another one, which is the singular diamond. So we've had all 3 of these now. So a thing I would like to recommend is test everything, every little addition to the block you made. Because if you forget to test them and they don't work, you're gonna get a dud. That means it'll break and nothing will happen because it'll have a little bug in the code. And once there's just one singular thing that is missing or wrong about the code, it won't work. It won't tell you that it's not working. It just doesn't work. So make sure you test every single one of them. So the things we haven't gotten yet are this one, the gold block drop, and the small and big explosion one. So let me just get a unlucky block so I can get the explosions. Okay, that was a lucky drop from an unlucky block. It's a gold block. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was a small explosion. It's still kind of big, but it's not too bad. So now let's do it again. See if I can get... Oh, that's a singular diamond again. See if I can get a big explosion. Okay, so this is the gold block. We've had that. And now the only thing we haven't seen is the big explosion. So let's keep on trying. I think maybe that was a small one. I'm not quite sure. They are exploding, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's kind of weird. That is very strange. Okay, let's see if I can do this a little better, right? Let's see. I'm not sure which one the small one and which one the big one is. Oh, well, there's the big one. That is definitely the big one. So the previous ones were all small. This is definitely the big one. So you can see that we've tested every single one out right now. So this one worked, they all worked, and as you can see, because this one has a luck -2 and the others all have like, they're all closer to 0, this one is less likely to appear, unless you have a super unlucky block. This one's only minus luck 40, but if you have a super unlucky block, it will definitely use this one more frequently. Okay, sweet. I think that's all I'm gonna go over in this episode, guys. In the next episode, we're gonna go a bit more in depth on these items and stuff, or maybe we're gonna go and discuss how to spawn in creepers and entities and stuff like that. But for now, this is all we're gonna do in this episode. So I recommend you checking out part 4 of this series if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Bye! Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And click this video to check out part 4 of how to create your own lucky blocks. I can't believe it. I already made my 5th video, guys. 6th video coming out soon. See ya!